What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Yins Nation Sport. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. The Steelers just made a move. This is via Adam Scheffner on Twitter. The Jets are trading linebacker Avery Williamson to the Steelers. Trade terms per source: the Jets get Pitt's fifth round pick in 2022. The Steelers get Williamson and the Jets' 2022 seventh round pick. So there it is. Avery Williamson. He's a He's a linebacker. He was drafted by the Tennessee Titans in the fifth round. He played college for Kentucky. He's 6'1, 246. He has 546 career tackles. So this is a guy that racks up tackles. Williamson was one of the 35 collegiate linebackers to end the NFL scouting combine, and he completed all essential combine drills and finished third among all linebackers in the short shuffle, finished sixth in the 40-yard dash, tied for eighth in the bench press, ninth in the broad jump, and finished 11th in the three-cone drill. So there you go. His combine stats are looking really good for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The guy it sounds like an elite linebacker from what I'm reading right now. So that's very big news for the Steelers. We needed to add some speed to the linebacking core because I don't believe Williams or Spillane are the fastest linebackers in the league, but they're definitely good at hitting and doing the dirty work in the trenches. And this just adds a lot of depth to the linebacking rotation. We can do a lot of different things with the linebacking rotation. The dude's an athlete. He has some size. With that speed, it makes me feel he can be a solid player in coverage. Let's look at some of his career stats. He's racked up a ton of tackles so far. Uh, he's been in the league for what, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. And let's see how many tackles he's racked up throughout his career. Doesn't say the 20. Here we go. There we go. The tackles. He's had 78 one year, 102 another year, 104 another year, 92 one year, 105. He already has 50 tackles on the year so far. So many interceptions he's got so far. Sacks. He's not the best at sacking a quarterback. He only has 14 and a half career sacks. So that's not the greatest, but it is what it is. The guy's a tackling machine. Obviously, he's had 3 seasons with over 100 tackles. He's on pace to have 50 tackles this year. In the seasons he didn't rack up 100 tackles, he had 92 and 78. So this guy seems like a sure tackler, just a good piece to add to the rotation, to this linebacking core, and really help this team out and help us get to the Super Bowl. We already have one of the best defenses in the league. We gave up a lot of yards on the ground today against Baltimore, so that definitely helps us out. We needed a guy. We need some more guys to help us stop the run. Obviously, without Devin Bush, Devin Bush has that sideline to sideline speed. It's pretty much able to cut off the edges. And I think this is a type of dude that can bring that to this defense to fill in for Devin Bush. The guy, like I said, his combine statistics are good. Sounds like he's a great athlete, and he's had a pretty damn solid career. And we only gave up a fifth round pick to get the guy. The Jets are a total mess. I mean, the Jets are just pretty much tanking. It seems like the Jets are just in total tank mode for Trevor Lawrence. Sam Darnold's probably on the move after this season for the New York Jets. Trevor Lawrence is probably going to go to the New York Jets, to be completely honest. And yeah, that's big moves for the Steelers, man. Big moves. I like to see it. I love to see it. Great move for the Steelers. Another linebacker to add to this rotation. And you got to love it, man. Great tackler, a great athlete, a big move for the Pittsburgh Steelers. What more can you say? And we get him for very cheap, a fifth round draft pick. So the Rooneys are making moves. The Rooneys want to compete for a Super Bowl. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think about this deal. I don't know much about Avery Williamson, but from what I'm reading from him right now, he seems like a solid linebacker. Great at tackling. Just another guy that help out in a run game. Hopefully he can help out in coverage as well, because I think, that's maybe where we lack a little bit. I mean, he's a great athlete from what I'm reading. And here we go, man. Big move for the Steelers. We're looking to make moves. We're looking to be competitive. We're looking to win a Super Bowl, and just another piece to the best defense in the NFL. That's all I can really say. It's amazing to me what the Jets are doing right now. I can't believe the Jets are just trading their whole team away at this point. They're not even trying to compete right now. They're just tanking for Lawrence. Like I said, the Jets are a joke. They released Le'Veon Bell for nothing. They got absolutely no return for Le'Veon Bell after they gave him a major deal with all that guaranteed money. Now Le'Veon Bell's playing with the Kansas City Chiefs. So, man, you got to think that the Jets are just going to trade Darnold after this season. I wonder who he's going to go to. Maybe the Steelers can make a trade for him at the end of this season. Who knows? Or maybe they release him after this season. They're probably going to try to get something for Sam Darnold, to be completely honest. So the Jets are in tank mode. The Steelers are in win now mode. That's a big move for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like I said, let me know what you think. Thanks for joining the stream, man. I think that is a solid move for the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. Seems like a really good linebacker, bro. Really good linebacker, dude. So, gotta love it, man. This team's looking great. Dallas is losing to Philly, so I think Dallas is going to be an easy win for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have one of the worst defenses in the league, uh, one of the worst secondaries in the league. They're down to their third string quarterback. So I think Dallas is going to be an easy win. It might take a week or two because I think there's COVID protocols. Once you make a trade, they have to sit out for like a week or 6 days or something like that. They have to go through their testing, maybe a little mandatory quarantine. I don't know the exact details of it. But yeah, Dallas doesn't scare me. They got some pretty good receivers. They got CeeDee Lamb or whatever his name is, and Amari Cooper. Those are some good receivers. But I don't think Ben DiNucci is going to know what it's going to come in with this defense. They have so many injuries to their offensive line. So I think our front seven is just going to be able to dominate them. I don't think they can run the ball like that. They don't have a quarterback like Lamar Jackson. I don't think it's going to be a trap game either. I think Dallas is just they suck. I mean, a third string quarterback's not going to know. This front seven is just so amazing. We confuse some of the best quarterbacks in the league. I mean, the way we blitz and the way we stack our line, it's kind of like Dick LeBeau back in the day when we had the Blitzburg defense. You know, blitzes are coming from everywhere. So a quarterback like this who doesn't have any NFL experience, he'll never know where the pressure's coming from. It looks like he doesn't have that much power on the arm. Thanks, Zilla. That was a big win, dude. By the way, this is still 21 Demon. All right, man. Yeah, I seen your YouTube, dude. You're more than welcome to join a podcast anytime. I subscribe to your channel, dude. Thanks for checking me out, man. I support all Steeler fans on here, man. I love the Steelers. I've been a diehard Steeler fan my whole life. So I just figured I'd do a little bit of a live stream and talk about this, see if anybody wanted to come in here. If anybody wants to come in here, you're more than welcome to come in here and we can talk a little football. And we can just hang out for a little bit and do a little bit of a live stream and chill, man. So, still Demon, you can come in. But like I said, this is a big move for the Steelers. We got 8 people in the house now. I mean, Avery Williamson, he's racked up over 100 tackles 3 times in his career. One season he had 92, and the other season he had 78. So far this season, he has 50 tackles. So he's basically on pace to have 100 tackles again this season. So that's big for the Steelers, man. Another big piece to this defense. This defense is already the best in the league. Devin Bush was a horrible injury. I can't. It's gonna suck to see what happened to Cam Hayward. I don't know if anything is, official yet with Cam Hayward. If he's gonna miss time, if he was just cramping up, because the defense was on the field a lot. They killed us in time of possession today, Baltimore. I think it was like 35-25, something of that matter. But Avery Williamson, I kind of wanted a linebacker. I thought we could have possibly signed one. The Steelers don't usually make trades like this. I mean, last year they pulled off the big trade to get Minkah Fitzpatrick, and we only gave up a 5th-round pick to get this guy. Yeah, Spillane, he played great, but he was an undrafted guy. We only gave up a 5th-round pick to get this guy. So, I mean, this is a big move. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel. Cam Good, they said it an hour ago. So shout out to Davon Patterson. Thanks for joining the stream. That's big. Why trade for him when Spillane played lights out? I mean, he did play lights out. He had 11 tackles today, a pick six. So Spillane played great. Even Vince Williams is playing great. But the Steelers are trying to win a Super Bowl, man. They ran for like 200 yards on us. So, I mean, that game we got out of there on the hair of our ass, pretty much. That was a very tight game. And we just pulled it off. We did what we had to do. And this just bolsters our defensive rotation, our linebacking core. From what I was reading about this guy, I don't know much about the guy, but he's an elite athlete. And I listened to the Arthur Moats podcast. They were talking about Spillane and Williams. They're not the fastest linebackers. And they said he had one of the fastest 40-yard dashes among linebackers, one of the fastest cone drills among linebackers, one of the best bench presses among linebackers. So from his combine statistics, this dude sounds like a very, very elite linebacker that got that sideline to sideline speed. So these teams can't get the edges on us because we have the power and the domination up front with Alulu, Cam Hayward, and Tuitt. They straight up pancake the offensive linemen. And this is just another linebacker. I mean, it's just depth. It helps the rotation, especially if somebody gets hurt. This guy is proven linebacker. Spillane's been having some good games, but these are 3 games. You know what I mean? 2, 3 games. He's not proven it over a 5, 6, 7 year career like Avery Williamson's had. Like I said, he's had over 100 tackles in 3 seasons, and his combine statistics are elite. And the Jets are tanking, and you only give up a 5th-round pick to get the guy. That's a smart move. We only gave up a 5th-round pick. Don't know how. Somebody told me that just said he was good, but I feel like that was because TJ was playing contained. But I see your point. Yeah, from what somebody said, I didn't see anything. But Don Vaughn Patterson says Cam is good. They said it an hour ago. Thanks for joining the stream, Marshall, Jim Duncan, Freedom, Jeter Jr. I appreciate everybody joining the stream. It was a big win for the Steelers. And the way Dallas is playing right now, the way our defense is playing, the way Dallas defense is, I think our offense can really put up some points. I honestly see us possibly putting up 30 on Dallas. I don't think Dallas is all that great. I mean, they got the 3rd-year quarterback, like I said. And really, we just have to contain Zeke. Their offensive line's not good. So I think we're going to be able to dominate him. Bud Dupree, TJ Watt's going to be giving Ben DiNucci a rough time. He's going to be hating life. I guarantee it. We're going to be collapsing the pocket. Ben DiNucci's going to be turning the ball over, probably going to force some fumbles. Dallas is just not legit this year. Carson Wentz got the ball right now. It's 15-9, and Carson Wentz got the ball. Dallas is going to lose, man. But this is a great move, I think, for the Steelers. I mean, I know Spillane's great, like some of the people were saying in the comments, and he's been playing good, but he hasn't proven it over years and years in the NFL like Avery Williamson's had. Now we have a great replacement to fill the void for Devin Bush, a very proven linebacker, and we have Spillane who's playing great, and we got Vince Williams still. So, we got a very, very deep linebacking core. We have the best linebacking core in the NFL. We have the best front 7 in the NFL, and I think our secondary played very well today. Tomlin said he'd let us know tomorrow. Tomlin said his injury wasn't serious, so that's good news for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Shout out to everybody joining the broadcast. I mean, this is great news. This team is looking great, man. We're running the ball. That was one of my biggest concerns coming into this season. Was James Conner going to be healthy? I know he didn't completely tear it up today, but Baltimore has one of the best run-stopping defenses. I believe he had like 50, 60 yards. I don't know his exact numbers on the day, but he's over 500 on the season. We're only 7 games in, so Connor's on pace for 1,000 yards. I think Benny Snell's getting us quality reps. Jalen Samuels had some big drops today, so that's not good to see. Jalen Samuels dropping the ball. McFarland had 1 touch. It looked like he tried to do a little bit too much with the ball. I would like to see McFarland get a couple more reps, but Tomlin, even before the season ended last year, like in the offseason, the virtual press conferences and everything, Tomlin says he has that feature back mentality. So they feed the rock to their feature back, and that's how they do it. And Connor's been coming through. Connor's had a lot of big games this year. I believe he has like 3 or 4 100-yard games this season. So that was my biggest concern is will we be able to run the ball? Because Ben's good, but he's getting older, and you got to be able to run the ball. You got to be able to help him out. And this wide receiving core stepping up, it's pick your poison with this offense pretty much because any given day, Claypool can go off. Juju can go off, Washington could go off, and Johnson. I think Johnson's another up and coming wide receiver. He's electric with the ball in his hands. Every time he gets the ball in his hands, he can make linebackers miss. He can make a little juke move, and he could take it to the house. Johnson's that possession receiver, and Claypool's that type of guy that can just take the top off the defense and demand double coverage. I've been scared of Spillane or Vinny getting hurt. That is an awesome addition for a 5th-round pick. I agree. That is a big – I haven't heard about Tyson either. That was definitely a big loss. I think that is the main reason why they've stopped the run, Marshall, Jim Duncan, without Tyson. They said when he's in the game, teams are averaging like barely a yard per carry. McFarland could have had a big game if he didn't trip. Yeah, he tried to do too much. He tried to do like a little bit of a juke move. He should have just straight hit the edge, and that could have been a big run for McFarland. We gave up a 5th, and we got a 7th round. Yeah, that's a steal, in my opinion. A guy that's given you damn near 100 tackles every year since he's been in the league, except 2 years. That's huge. That's for a 5th-round pick. Come on, and we get a 7th-round pick back. That's terrible to hear about Tunch. I think he has ALS or something like that. Tunch is a great broadcaster. He's been broadcasting for the Pittsburgh Steelers, so thoughts and prayers go out to Tunch Ilkin. He was a former Steeler, a former offensive lineman. I think he's a great analyst. I think he's a great, guy for the community, guy for the Steelers, and I wish him all the best. Claypool being the number 1 wide receiver before the year's end. I agree. He was basically getting number 2 reps today. So, is Juju expendable? Let me know what you think about Juju Smith-Schuster, because that's another story that I've been talking about. Juju, Mark Madden, Ed Bochette, 2 Pittsburgh Steelers beat writers. They say no matter what type of season Juju Smith-Schuster has, he's going to probably be gone after this season. Obviously, we can franchise tag him. Those are the big questions. We have a lot of guys coming up on contract after this season. You're talking about Bud Dupree's on a franchise tag, so we're going to have to possibly franchise tag Bud Dupree or get him re-signed. Big Alejandro Villanueva's contract's up. James Conner's contract's up. In Juju. Bud, Juju, Al, and Conner. We re-signed Cam Hayward, which I thought was key. Do you think we'll re-sign Avery since this is his contract year? See, that's a big question. This might just be a rental. That's why that's a good question. Who asked that question? Jeter Jr. I didn't know this was his last year of his contract, so it could be a rental that we might not re-sign him, because we have a lot of guys coming up on contract and we don't have a ton of salary cap. So there's going to have to be a lot of restructures and things that are going to have to happen for us to get the salary cap to re-sign that guy. The way he's looking, he might demand a lot of money in free agency that the Pittsburgh Steelers might not be able to afford. So this could possibly be a rental. That's why the Jets gave him up for so cheap, because they didn't have him in the long-term future. Need to clean up the pass coverage over the middle. Yeah, I agree with that. We was giving up a lot of stuff over the middle. But to that point, though, TS still 5. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. But to that point, dude, they were running the ball so well. They ran for like 200 yards in this game. So there was probably a lot of blitzes, and we were sending a lot of blitzes. So if the linebackers are blitzing and pinching up to cover the run, you're going to have stuff up over the middle. And there was one play late in the game where Lamar Jackson had a little bit of a pump fake, and Terrell Edmonds just bit so hard on a pump fake, and they had a big play down the field. Dubbed Claypool as Mapletron. Marshall Jim Duncan I think Juju's expendable. That's what most of the Pittsburgh Steelers beat writers are saying. I mean, we'll still have Johnson on contract. We'll still have Claypool obviously on contract, and we'll still have Washington obviously on contract, and Ebron still on contract, and Ray McLeod on the punt return. And when he has the ball in his hands, Ray McLeod's an explosive type of guy, and we can even get a guy in the later rounds if we do want to draft a receiver, because I think Juju will get some pretty hefty contract when it comes to the next season. Now we got Devin Bush next season. Devin Bush will be back next season. Yeah, he'll be back. Bugs did come in and play good. I think Bugs, he's big. He's a nice player. He's a big, big boy. He's a young guy that's starting to get some more reps. I think this is his second year. I think we drafted him in like the fourth or the fifth round last year. He was getting a lot of hype out of the training camp last year. So that's good to see him getting some quality reps for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Highsmith came in and had an interception, rookie linebacker. So you got to love that, seeing a young rookie linebacker coming in the game and giving us quality reps, a big interception to help us win that game. And Bugs, yeah, Bugs played great, man. He was getting a lot of hype out of training camp last year. They said he came in like over 300 pounds and lost a lot of weight so he can get some athleticism. I think we have a lot of depth at this defensive line. That's the thing. We have a ton of depth at the defensive line. And with this pickup, now we just got more and more depth. More and more depth at the linebacking core. We already have one of the best linebacking cores in the NFL. Spillane's playing great. Williams is playing great. Now we get a guy that's a sure tackler to help us in the run game. We've got two of the best outside linebackers in all of football, and then we got a rookie linebacker coming off the bench giving us quality reps. So you got everything with this team is clicking, man. We're a great team. We're the best team in the NFL right now, bar none. Basically every outlet had us ranked as the number one team in the NFL. So you got to love it, man. Big move for the Steelers. We're making moves. We're looking to win a championship now. The Ravens went out there and made moves. They made some big pickups. Yannick, however the hell you pronounce that dude, that pass rusher they got from Minnesota. He played for the Jaguars. I'm sure you all know who I'm talking about. He didn't get a ton of reps today, so they're going to slowly move him into the offense. So that's going to be a huge game Thanksgiving Day. But, I mean, we got 8 wins. We got, 7 wins right now. We're playing Dallas, which I think will put us to 8 wins. And then we still have Cincinnati 2 times, which I think should be 2 wins. So that would put us at 10 wins. The Jaguars, 11 wins. And then we play Washington, I think will be 12 wins. We're looking good. We're going to win the AFC North. Cleveland does have a really easy schedule left, though. I'll say that. But Baker didn't play well. I know a lot of the Browns fans are saying, well, there were so many drops in the game. Which may be true. But Baker's just been playing bad all year. Browns fans are just making excuses after excuses after excuses, all about staying healthy for the playoffs. Shout out to Still 58, big stop on 4th down. I like how Ben wasn't forcing anything. Very patient, especially in the third quarter. Yeah, man, that's the thing, man. He doesn't have to force it no more. We have all these playmakers. I thought early we was trying to force it too much down the field, dude. That was the thing. We was just trying to take big plays down the field. We should have just tried to take it, get a little bit quick screens. I thought, we should have did some more screens, because they're aggressive. And we should have just been working the short pass game a little bit more, especially early in the first half, because they pretty much dominated. We didn't have the ball at all in the first half. It seemed like they just had the ball the whole time. Like every time on offense, it seemed like a 3 and out. And then we made the adjustments at half and we won the game. It was like that Texans game. They was dominating our defense. And then we made the adjustments and, we came in and we made the great plays. We shut Watson down in the second half, just like the offense. They came out and played good. I think Ray is on the verge of breaking one off. Yeah, they said he was leading the league in punt return yards coming into that. So that's it. Baker, the baby maker. I got nervous when the trainer was massaging at Ben's elbow. Yeah, you definitely never want to see Big Ben go down like that. He's playing out. He's basically just being a game manager. I like that because early in Ben's career, he kind of tried to force the ball too much, trying to force the ball way too many times down the field. Now he's just getting it out to the playmaker's hands. Like Juju, he was playing great today. You just give it him quick over the middle, and he lowers his head, and he makes them yards. He's like a running back at wide receiver. He can lower his shoulder and do some damage on them safeties, and he's fighting for them yards. He's fighting for every inch. That's what you got to love. This team's fighting. This team's unselfish. It's not about me. It's not about I. It's about team. And you got to love it in Steeler Nation, man. We're playing as a great team unit, man. And this is a huge win over the Ravens. I mean, everybody said we didn't beat any teams with winning records. We go 2 games on the road and beat Tennessee, and we beat the Baltimore Ravens, who I think is easily a top 5 team in the NFL, the way their defense is playing and the way they can run the ball. Sure, Lamar Jackson can't throw the ball, but You know what I mean? If you're running the ball like that, it's so easy for him to pass the ball, and we shut him down. Basically, he could not pass the ball. They all their yards basically came on the ground. They had a few. He had a few nice passes there in the second half, but other than that, I mean, I think we pretty much dominated that. Avery Williamson was a great compliment to that amazing Titans rush defense a long time ago in 2015 or something. Yeah, he originally got drafted by the Titans. You're right, and like I said, if you're just joining the broadcast, he's had 3 seasons with over 100 tackles, 1 season with like 92, and another season with like 78 tackles. So this is for a 5th-round pick, even if it is a rental. You gotta love it. We're trying to win a Super Bowl this year. It's Super Bowl. The mentality is Super Bowl this year. That is the mentality. That's the mentality every year with the Pittsburgh Steelers. We never say die. Even last year, the Pittsburgh Steelers did not say die. Our franchise quarterback went down, and there was no giving up. There was no tanking. Like these Dallas fans out here just already giving up on their season. Even though they only have 2 wins, they're still in their division. And these Dallas fans says, "Well, even if we make the playoffs, we're not gonna win anything anyway." That's a loser mentality. It's all about culture, and the Pittsburgh Steelers have a winning culture. You're a professional athlete. You're getting paid millions upon millions of dollars. You go out there and you fight for every inch, and you try to win every game. You don't give up. You don't say die. You say that we're going to go out there at week in and week out, and we have a chance to win. And I feel with this team week in and week out, we have a chance to beat any team in the NFL. We've beat the top dogs in the AFC. We beat the Tennessee Titans. We beat the Baltimore Ravens. We beat the Cleveland Browns, who I wouldn't say is a top dog, but they're definitely, top 15. I think they were ranked 12th in the power rankings coming into this one. Oakland was ranked 16th, so obviously that's going to change. We still got to face Kansas City. That obviously would be a tough game, but I don't think they have the defense of the Baltimore Ravens. And I think our offense could take advantage of their weak defense, and I think our defense can shut Mahomes down. I don't think they have the greatest offensive line, so I think we can get up in Mahomes' face, and possibly force some turnovers, man. That's a big one. That's a big one. I wonder if that's why we picked him up. I mean, yeah, that's just more depth. We're trying to win a Super Bowl, as she raid. Like I said, if you're new to the broadcast, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate everyone tuning in. If you guys have any questions, drop your questions down. I've been rambling for like 20 minutes, so if you have any Steelers questions, any comments, drop them down there. This is a great game. You got to give a shout out to everybody. My player of the year, my most improved player of the year, my comeback player of the year for the Steelers so far is James Conner. You gotta love James Conner, man. He's been playing great this year. He's on pace to have 1,000 yards. He's been playing great. He's been running hard. He's determined to silence all the critics because James Conner was getting so much hate from the media, Mark Madden, the fan base. Everyone said he was glass. Everyone said he's nothing. Everyone said he shouldn't be a part of this team. We need to trade him. We need to get rid of him. And, he was determined. He put in a ton of work in the offseason. He put in a ton of work. Him and Juju, they were working. They were busting their ass all off season to come into this year and have good seasons to help this team win. And it's just unselfish play for the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. Unselfish play, man. How about Fitz getting called for unnecessary roughness? Yeah, if anything, that was on Cam Hayward because he pushed him. I don't think Fitz did it. Cam kind of pushed him late, but that was definitely a game changer. That changed the whole momentum of the game. If that didn't happen, dude, I think we would have beat him more. That just gave Baltimore momentum. That was such a big penalty early. Marshall Jim Duncan. So is Williamson good or what? Yeah, I was reading about him. I pretty much broke it all down. He has over 100 tackles in 3 seasons, has 92-1. And like I said, I read off all his combine statistics. The dude seems like he had freak athletic ability. He had that one bad punt there, though, that kind of set him up for a touchdown. But other than that, he played all right, man. It was a good game. It was a good game overall, man. I mean, that's probably the main reason why we pulled this trade off, honestly, is because the way Baltimore ran all over us We need a guy that has that sideline to sideline speed. So like I said, he was great in the cone drill from what I was reading in his combine stats. So he brings kind of what Devin Bush was bringing, that guy that can seal off the edge at the linebacker position. Because earlier in his broadcast, like I said, I was listening to Arthur Mote's podcast one night, and basically he was saying how Spillane and Williams are kind of like the same linebacker. They're more of like the power, the inside, the middle trench type of guys that aren't the fastest guys. So this guy brings us that sideline to sideline speed. They said he only, what I read, he only weighs like 246. So, he's got some speed, and hopefully he can bring some coverage ability too. I don't know how he ranks. I didn't really see his interception statistics. So hopefully, that's a linebacker, because I think that's where Vince Williams kind of lacks too, is in coverage. And Spillane, everybody was saying Spillane. Thoughts on Spillane filling in so far? I think he's been doing more than well enough. You see any major? I don't see any more major trades. I think that's the only one. Who knows? We'll see. There was all them rumors about Cam Sutton. He I guess there was like reports coming out about like some cryptic text message or something with Cam Sutton, how he put out some kind of cryptic text message, how he unfollowed the Steelers and like said peace. So, I mean, I don't know what we really need to add to this team, honestly. I mean, if we trade Cam Sutton, what do we need? What more do we need? I think this team is just complete, especially with this addition to Avery Williamson. I mean, what more do we need? I mean, we're solid. I think on both sides of the ball. Honestly, I think we're legit. I think we're the best team in the NFL. You might call me a homer, but I think we're the best team in the NFL right now. We're playing great, man, on both sides of the ball. We're getting it done as a team. If the defense ain't there, the offense shows up. If the offense ain't there, the defense shows up. And we have the best. We've led the league in sacks the past 3 years in a row. We have the best front seven. I mean, maybe if we package like Sutton and McDonald for another great tight end, an amazing tight end, that would just really put us over the top, in my opinion. If we can go out there and get like an amazing, I don't know, name a name. I think, an amazing big play tight end, because I think Ebrom's good, but I wouldn't say he's elite. I would say he's above average to average. McDonald's like average to maybe a little bit above average. Like McDonald's the blocker, Ebrom's the receiver. If we can get a guy that's just amazing, like an OJ Howard, a Travis Kelce, we're not going to get a Travis Kelce, or just some amazing tight end that can really help us in the receiving game, that would, and block at the same time. I think that would really put us over the top. But I don't think the Steelers ever replace Heath Miller. But hell yeah, Mac Main. That was a great trade, dude. Great trade. I don't think the Steelers ever replace Heath Miller, but Ebrom is starting to prove me wrong. Yeah, Ebrom. I don't know. Dallas Goedert, still 58. I don't know who he plays for, if that's a tight end, if he's a tight end or not. But like you said, you asked the question, do you see us making any more trades? I think this pretty much completes the roster completely. Do I think we're going to make any trades? I mean, anything's possible, but that's the one position I think that would really put us over the top, is if we got an elite tight end. If somehow we can bring in an elite tight end here with all our wide receivers, man, we'll tight end Eagles. Njoku would be a nice one. Maybe we trade like Cam Sutton for Njoku, but Njoku has some problems. He's been bitching and moaning over there in Cleveland, so who knows with Njoku? I don't know if they're going to bring Njoku in, but he's a blocker. He's another guy that would give us 3 tight ends. Then we can give so many different packages in there. I wish they could have kept the outlaw, Jesse James. Yeah, he was a big boy. He was good at blocking. He helped in the red zone. Jesse James is overrated, but at the end of the day, I don't think they were going to go out there and pay him that much money. I mean, he did catch that ball. Let's be honest. He did catch that ball, and we got robbed against New England Patriots. But it is what it is. The Patriots are cheaters. They got the refs in their back pocket. They film, and they get away with it, and they get a slap on the wrist, and they just pretty much have an asterisk. We're the only team with 6, in my opinion. The hell with the Patriots, and they're 3 or 4 fraudulent Super Bowls, and their coach that's a fraud. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. The Steelers are 16-0. If we added a stud at corner, we would be strong. Yeah, another corner would be nice. Like I read that shit about Sutton getting traded. So I mean, maybe they want to trade Sutton for another corner. Another elite corner would be nice. Another shutdown corner. Then you, oh, man, we would be really elite. I wish we could have kept the outlaw. I think that if facts, now that would stand. Still 58. Shout out to everybody. If you're new to the broadcast, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Go ahead, share this in a Facebook group. The Steelers just added a stud at linebacker, and we're looking to compete for 7. I appreciate everybody coming in here and joining the broadcast, man. If anybody wants to come in here and give your thoughts on the Steelers, anybody out there in Steeler Nation want to come up in here and talk, you're more than welcome. What's up, John Hathorn? Thanks for joining it. I agree. Still 58. That says it all right there. We're going to keep this PG-13, but still 58. You can bring that for me. I would say let's get Gilmore, but he's too expensive. See, that's the thing. I heard he was on the trade block, man. That's another thing. Terrell Edmonds. If we could get another safety, Terrell Edmonds bit big time. He bit big time on a play today that gashed him. He's good at blocking. Hey, all right. Hey, tell me your thoughts. When I say Gilmore was on a block, I was thinking Juju for Gilmore. Honestly, Pats need a wide receiver. We could use Gilmore. I mean, if we could get Gilmore, that would be amazing. He's a shutdown corner. He's one of the best corners in the game. Then you have Gilmore, Steven Nelson, Mike Hilton. We would have an elite secondary with the best front 7 in football. Maybe you could put Hilton back there at safety or one of those guys at safety. The NFC West is looking good. Early predictions for next week. I pretty much said I think at Dallas we're gonna roll over Dallas, dude. I think Dallas it's easy, dude. It should be a cakewalk. Sometimes the Steelers do play down the competition, so we can't sit here and act like it's just a gimme game. I hope the team and the players aren't feeling this is a gimme game, but to me, in my mind, as a fan, this is a gimme game. They're on their 3rd string quarterback. Their offensive line's hurt. They have one of the worst defenses in the NFL. So, I'm sorry if I miss your comments. They're coming by so good, and I'm trying to, answer everybody's comments. There's a lot of people in here. And, yeah, we might not trade Juju. I mean, Juju's a great player, so we might not get him. And I don't think we're going to trade Johnson. We're definitely not going to trade Johnson. We're definitely not going to trade Johnson. If Juju, maybe, but I doubt it. Just because Juju's on the last year of his deal, so maybe we would do that because they don't plan on re-signing him anyway. So they might do that, but I don't see it. I personally don't see that happening, honestly. Yeah, Ben DiNucci did play for Pitt, and I think he transferred to like James Morgan or James Madison or something like that. Why the fuck will we trade Juju or Johnson for Gilmore? Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. The only way I could see Juju possibly is because he's on the last year of his deal. And like I said earlier, that's basically what all the beat writers are saying in Pittsburgh, that no matter what happens, Juju's gone, because we are in somewhat of a bad salary cap situation right now. And you know, we're not going to be able to afford to resign him anyway, because Bud Dupree's, he's on a franchise tag, so he's going to be wanting a lot of money. And Juju showed up big, so we're trying to compete for a Super Bowl. I don't think we're going to trade Juju. I think signing Bud is a number one priority. Bud is a great linebacker. What do you think is going to happen to Juju after this season? I think he's going to walk, dude, or we possibly put a franchise tag on him. Is Avery Williamson's good? Yes, he's a good linebacker. He is a rental. That is, somebody did say earlier that he's in the last year of his contract. Like I said, everybody hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you can, please. But it is probably a rental. But hey, if we give up a 5th round draft pick and this dude helps us win a Super Bowl, that is a great rental. Bud is probably gone next year. As much as I would like to see Bud Dupree re-signed, from what I was reading on overthecap.com, the Steelers are in -5, like -5 when it comes to the salary cap. So Bud's going to get like at least 50. His franchise tag's like 16 million, I believe, 15 million, something like that. And we're in -5 in the cap. So we're going to have to do some restructures, and we're going to have to do a lot of things to re-sign some people. So I think Bud, honestly, as much as I would like to see Bud Dupree get re-signed, I don't really see it happening, to be honest. I think the Steelers still have resentment towards the Cowboys from the last game we played them 4 years ago. We're definitely still salty from Zeke. Yeah, that was terrible, man. We not trading Juju. I agree. We're probably not trading Juju. We gave up a fifth and got a seventh for this guy. Yeah, we get an extra draft pick and he fills a role. Hopefully Williamson turns out like Farrier did for us. Yeah, man, Farrier was a great linebacker, dude. I think Farrier is like one of the best, one of the like top like 10, 15 all time in tackles. Farrier was great, man. So what do you think about Harrison Smith? You know, who'd we give up? We only gave up a fifth round pick for him. We only gave up a fifth round pick for him. Ben rides off in the sunset with 7 from that. See, oh man, that's a great comment. I would love that. That's the Super Bowl. I was thinking about that last night. That's the Super Bowl I would love to see the most is freaking Tom Brady versus Ben, and we beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl with Tampa Bay, and Ben gets 7 before Tom Brady. That would be great. That would just be such a great story. Ben, that was always Ben's kryptonite in the playoffs was Tom Brady. If we can go into Super Bowl and beat Tampa Bay, that would be amazing. Shout out 49 people in this broadcast. Everybody hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Shout out to Steeler Nation. Stand up 7-0. 7-0. He's an inside linebacker. Shout out to everybody in the stream. Shout out to Steeler Nation. Shout out to 7-0. Shout out to the best team in all of football. Shout out to the Roonies making this move to help us compete for a Super Bowl. 49 people. Shout out to all of Steeler Nation holding it down, baby. Holding it down. JAP, what you think about the Steelers pick Bud over Juju? See, I think Bud's the thing about Bud is I think he's going to be more than Juju. If anything, maybe we can put a tag on Juju so we can keep him one more year. But like I said, Marshall Jim Duncan even said he's expendable with this wide receiving core. He is expendable. He's good, but he's expendable. I think Johnson's the possession receiver. Claypool's the type of guy that goes over the top. And then you got Washington, another guy that can play outside. And then Johnson can basically take over that slot role. And then as a fourth wide receiver, you got Ray McLeod. And then maybe we can draft a wide receiver. I mean, we drafted Antonio Brown in the 6th round, so we probably can get a fast wide receiver or some type of big-bodied wide receiver in the 5th or the 6th round. And we could just fill it out for depth. So, I love it. I think Hayward will be okay. Yeah, I didn't really see the report, but somebody did say Hayward was going to be okay. I love seeing the pass at 2 and 5. Oh, I love it too. Highsmith was looking great. Shout out to Mac Main. I appreciate you, Mac Main. I think the amount of chemistry and hype that Juju brings makes him even more valuable. Yeah, I think the amount of chemistry and hype. Yeah. I mean, he's a great. Mark Madden loves to hate on Juju, man. Thing is, man, Juju's a great kid, man. He likes to dance and have some fun on Twitter and do his little shit that Mark Madden gets on him about, dude. But at the end of the day, he tries to compare him to AB Jr., dude, and that makes me so mad, dude, because he's not Antonio Brown. The dude's all about the team. Sure, he has fun on Instagram. Sure, he's trying to market himself a little bit. But at the end of the day, man, he's a great wide receiver, dude, and he's a team player. He's not bitching for the ball. He's not causing problems on the sideline. He's not going out there and doing horrible things. He's showing up to Pitt games. He's showing up to Whippeal games, and he's doing stuff for schools, doing charity. So Juju, he's a pillar. He's an example of the community. He's a great player. Sure, he deserved a little bit of criticism for his play last year, but we didn't have any goddamn quarterback to get him the ball. Yeah, sure, he deserves some criticism. He fumbled the ball, but there's receivers that fumble the ball more than Juju. People are making it like he's a fumble-prone wide receiver. If you look at the stats, there's a lot of other receivers out there that fumble the ball a lot more than Juju. So, players got to market themselves, especially in this day and age. I mean, one play, you're hurt, and you can be out for one game. Yes, Avery Williamson's good. We've established it. He's a very good linebacker. He's a very good linebacker, great athletic combine, very athletic player. Everybody hit the like and the subscribe button. He blocked me. Yeah, Double M is a cancer. He is a cancer. Were you not talking on Mike Tomlin? No, I never, ever talked trash on Mike Tomlin. I never talk trash on Mike Tomlin. I've been one of the biggest Mike Tomlin defenders. on Twitter. I've been in so many battles with my own fan base when it came to Mike Tomlin, man, because, dude, it's a joke, man. How many people get on Mike Tomlin? Mike Tomlin has a career .650 win-loss percentage. They just seen a report that came out today. He's the winningest African-American coach in the history of the NFL. If Mike Tomlin wins another Super Bowl, this dude is a clear Hall of Famer. Mike Tomlin is going to surpass Bill Cowher in all-time wins as the head coach. You can pretty much take that to the bank. Mike Tomlin's a Hall of Famer, dude. Mike Tomlin is a great coach. All that hype, everybody says, well, he's only won 9 playoff games in the last 10 years or something like that. In the past 20 years, Mike Tomlin has won more playoff games than like 20, 22, 21 other teams. I think Keith Butler's been playing great. This seems like a great Dick LeBeau. This is like the Dick LeBeau defense. That's what, like, Dallas, dude. Ben DiNucci's not going to know what's coming. We disguise the blitz so well. We're bringing blitzes from everywhere. Randy Fichtner, I mean, it was bad today. We didn't do great on offense today, but it was the Ravens defense, man. The Ravens defense is elite, man. As much as I hate the Ravens, dude, they have a good defense. So they're going to stop people. They're going to do what they have to do to shut us down. I mean, they're a great defense. They have one of the best secondaries in the league. You're not going to go out there and put 40 points up every game. We did what we had to do. So I'm liking the whole coaching staff. Fichtner's playing better because he's getting in some of them end arounds. Like, he's doing a lot of different creative things. So he's doing good. Tomlin's a great coach. I'm a Chiefs fan, but the Steelers worry me. We're the two. Tomlin's never had a losing season. What's your Ben? See, that Haskins shit. People are saying we're trying to trade for Haskins. I don't believe that. We're not going to trade for Haskins. I think, if anything, we extend Ben after this season, and then we restructure his deal so we get cap flexibility, because he's due $40 million next year. So what will happen is, we restructure. Hopefully Ben will take like $30 million a year on his extension, and then we can split the difference. So he makes like $35 million each year, which gives us an extra $5 million in cap space. And then I would say draft some offensive linemen. And then, depending on who we lose in free agency, we draft to fill those replacements. And then on Ben's last year, we could possibly considering drafting a quarterback the year after that. That's just in my opinion. But maybe if there's a guy there in the first round, like let's just say we go on and win the Super Bowl and we get the 32nd pick or whatever, 29th pick, 27th overall pick, 28th overall pick. And say if like a Trey Lance falls down to that position, Trey Lance, he's getting a lot of hype. He has a lot of athletic ability. If there's a guy that you absolutely can't pass on in his second year in the first round, I would do it. But other than that, I don't really think that there's any great quarterbacks that stand out that are going to be on the board for the Pittsburgh Steelers, other than Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence, who probably both those quarterbacks will go into. Trevor Lawrence is going to be number 1 overall, and Justin Fields is like, at least top 10, top 15, if he does decide to enter the draft. And if we do lose James Conner, maybe there is a running back that we can take, like Travis Etienne out of Clemson. If he's on the board in the later rounds, that's a running back that if we do lose Conner, because he is a free agent, that's a guy we can draft. I'm sure there's other linebackers that I can't really think of off the top of my head. That will have to be for the offseason. So if you're liking the channel, if you're liking the comment, hit the subscribe button, because in the off season, I definitely, do a lot of draft reviews, do a lot of mock drafts, things like that. And that will be coming for the off season. But we're worried about now. We're worried about this trade. That is a great pickup for the Pittsburgh Steelers. No, I don't think LJ Fort is better than Avery Williams. The D line is getting older, so Etienne, I mean, if he's there, yeah, if you could get Travis Etienne, that's the best back that I can think of off the top of my head right now. I'm sure there are some other guys that I'm missing, but Travis Etienne is one of the best linebackers or freaking the best running backs in college football. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody. Etienne's he'll probably be a first rounder, if not a late second rounder. Thoughts on Spillane after today? I think Spillane played great today. The dude had 11 tackles and an interception for 6. I mean, he played great. What do you think? Avery is better than LJ Fort? Yeah, I think Avery's better than LJ Fort. I think Avery's probably a lot faster than LJ Fort. I think he's probably a way better athlete than LJ Fort. He's probably way better in coverage than LJ Fort. So this is a guy that pretty much helps us. He's that just another guy. He's that speedy guy that helps, Vince Williams and Spillane out, because those are the neck breakers. Those are the bruisers. And this is a guy that gives you the speed, the sideline to sideline speed to cut off the edges. Tomlin isn't very good at drafting quarterbacks. It was Cowher who found and gave him Ben. Okay, Tomlin never had to draft a quarterback. Tomlin's great at drafting defense. I mean, dude, come on. Tomlin's not good at drafting. Tomlin drafted T.J. Watt. Tomlin drafted David DeCastro. Tomlin drafted Bud Dupree. Tomlin drafted Cam Hayward. Tomlin drafted Juju Smith-Schuster. Tomlin drafted Le'Veon Bell. Tomlin drafted Antonio Brown. I mean, dude, come on. The list goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Tomlin drafted this whole team. This is Tomlin's 8-0 team anymore. I'm tired of hearing it was Cowher's team. Tomlin took over a 7-9 team, dude. Tomlin took over a 7-9 team. All right? And he's never had a losing season, dude. Come on. Enough with it. Bring Russ Grimm. The people who hate on Tomlin, I call them Russ Grimmists. All the Russ Grimmists in the chat can keep on hating because you're Russ Grimmists. Where's the Russ Grimmists at? Where is Russ Grimm at? Y'all are Russ Grimmists if you want to hate on Mike Tomlin, because Mike Tomlin's an elite coach. Mike Tomlin's on pace to be in Canton. All right. If he wins another Super Bowl, it's a lock, dude. He is a lock for the Hall of Fame, dude. So I'm tired of the Tomlin haters. Y'all should just disappear and go crawl under a rock, because there's no justification in hating Mike Tomlin. There's none. There's zero. There's zilch. Dude's great. Dude's amazing. He's never had a losing season. We're 8-0. Or 8-0 with his team. This is his team. This is his team. I don't want to hear it no more. Come on. He won a Super Bowl. He's been to 2. Come on, man. How many Super Bowls did who was the coach for Miami when with Marino? I forget. Shula. How many Super Bowls did Shula win with Marino? 0. How many Super Bowls did Tony Dungy win with Peyton Manning? 1. Tomlin's won 1 Super Bowl. So Kevin Colbert's a good GM. Tomlin haters and Big Ben haters are the same. It's literally the same people. I mean, I've been critical of Big Ben. I think, there's times you shouldn't call out players in the media. I mean, if players do run wrong routes and there's things that happen within the organization, you keep it behind the scenes. You don't have to go out there and call players out. But Ben's a Hall of Famer, bar none. He's a great player. He's playing great this year. I mean, you got to love Big Ben. I don't want to get rid of neither of them. Tomlin haters are illogical. Never a losing season, not one. I hate Randy Fichtner's play calling. Yeah, Randy Fichtner, I mean, it's not the greatest, but like I said earlier, I mean, it's against the Ravens defense. I mean, they gave up the least amount of points all year so far, so it's going to be hard. I mean, there's going to be games where, NFL talent's going to show up and make it tough for you to score. It's the NFL talent. They're just not going to bend over and take it, especially the Baltimore Ravens. They're not going to bend over and take it. Is Bill is Ben? Yeah, I think maybe there is a little bit of rust. He's still shaking off. But, I mean, it's the Ravens have one of the best secondaries in the league, dude. So it's tough, man. And they blitz you. They're not going to give you any time in the pocket. So, there were some throws that were a little bit off. But at the end of the day, he got the win, dude. So the stats don't look great for Big Ben, especially after today's game. But what I love is he's really not turning the ball over. Other than that Titans game, he's not turning the ball over, and he's doing what he has to do. We're getting the win. That's what this team is about. This team is about the win. They're not about the stats. They're not about the individual accolades. They're about the win. The mission is a Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is the mission this year. And the Roonies are showing that they want to compete for a Super Bowl by making this move for an elite linebacker. I wouldn't say an elite, but very, very above average linebacker, a very, very serviceable linebacker, a proven linebacker, because a lot of people are like, why did you do this earlier? Why did we do this? Why did we do this? Spillane's been playing great. This is only 2-3 games, all right, for Spillane. So, he's not proven. This dude's proven. He's been serviceable throughout his career. So it's a very, 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 serviceable linebacker. Yes, he is a good linebacker. He's had over 100 tackles 3 times in his career and 92 another time. He's on pace for 100 tackles this year. So the only stat that matters is the win at the end of the day. Here we go. If you're new to the stream, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Keep this coming. Drop your comments, drop your questions. Hit the questions. Let me know. Any more questions, drop them down in the thing. We can keep this going. We'll keep this going. Just keep your questions coming. This is pretty much is opened up to a Q&A at this point. So any questions, any comments, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Yeah, baby. Yeah, daddy. 19 wins it is, man. What happened to Hayward? From what I heard, from what some of the people were saying in the comments, this isn't official. I haven't seen any official reports, but he should be okay. It's from what some of the people were saying in the comments, but I haven't heard any official reports yet. So this is major. Big move for the Steelers, giving us a very, very, very great, dependable middle linebacker. Very athletic middle linebacker from what I was reading. Very fast, very strong. Good at that's what I heard too. Marshall Jim Duncan, but the shovel passes and screens get nothing 80% of the time. Yeah. Shout out to all you guys joining the broadcast. I appreciate this, man. I appreciate you guys just coming in here, hanging out with me, and just talking Steelers, man, because I love this team, man. I love the Steelers. I've been a diehard fan my whole life, and you got to love to see it. We're 7-0, baby. 7-0. Looking like we're going to go to 8-0. I don't think that's what I was just going to go into. I don't think we should be worrying about Dallas. We can't take them lightly. We can't just think it's a gimme, but, it should be a gimme, if you ask me. And like I said earlier, we got the Bengals twice still, and we got Jacksonville, and we got Washington. Those are some very easy schedules. The Bills kind of worry me a little bit. The Bills, I think, will be a tough game. Indianapolis is going to be a total gimme. And we got the Browns week 17. The Browns, they'll have Nick Chubb back. So it might be a little bit of a different of a ball game when we play the Browns. But, I think we could beat the Browns. And I think we could beat Baltimore Thanksgiving, too. We play Baltimore on Thanksgiving. So that's going to be another dog fight. Hopefully we can stay healthy because injuries can kill a season fast. So let's not get too ahead of ourselves. You got to go week in and week out. Hopefully this team can stay healthy. Hopefully, Cam Hayward's fine. Hopefully Alulu's fine. And, we just got to stay healthy. And we just got to keep doing what we're doing, just playing like a team. And we're going to be doing. What do we know about the Williamson pickup? What we know is we gave up a 5th-round pick. And that's all we gave up is a 5th-round pick. And we got a 7th-round pick back for him. So, yeah, I think that's a good. He's on the last year of his deal, so it might just be a rental. So Ryan Clark was talking about the game after the Ravens week. We can never give 100%. They got to be careful against Dallas next week. I agree. We got to be careful. We can't take them lightly because sometimes we do play down the competition. The depth will be great. Williamson in covering backs, tight ends, and sideline to sideline speeds like bugs held it down. I'm asking, but is Avery good like you say? Why did we give him a 5th-round pick for him? Because from what people were saying, this is the last year of his deal. And I think the Jets are basically tanking right now to get Trevor Lawrence. They're probably going to try to trade Sam Darnold at the end of the season, and he's in the last year of his deal. They didn't have him in the future plans. So, this is probably just going to be a rental for the season. Permanis all day, bro. Tyson Hurt is a problem. Yeah, dude, he's a great defensive lineman since he beat Titans. That's true. The no games to give me. Jets fire, so that's pretty much what it is. Give us a final record prediction for the Steelers. All right. So we got the Bengals twice. I think that should be 2 wins right there. So what? We're at 7, 8, 9. The Jaguars 10. Washington 11. I mean, dude, I say we're going to win at least 12, 13 games, man, at least, if not more. I say we go 14-2, 15-1, man. It's going to come down to Baltimore, Indianapolis, the Colts, the Browns. Those are the 4 games that are going to be tough. They're not going to be walkovers. None of these games are walkovers. We can't think of these games. I mean, Cincy beat the Titans like that dude said. So we can't just go in there and think Cincy's going to be a walkover game. But with Cincy's offensive line, they have one of the worst offensive lines in football. I think our pass rush and our front 7 can handle that easily. Do you think the Steelers will sign T.J. Watt again? I think that's pretty much they got to. They got to re-sign him. He's in the future, man. Will the Steelers have their best offensive game next week? I think the Steelers, with the way Dallas is playing on defense, I think we can have a big game. I think we can put up like 40, not 40, like 30. think we put up 30 on Dallas, 35. The Bills will be tough too. That would be amazing if we can break the Dolphins' 72 record and go undefeated and win the Super Bowl. Only first round bye this year. Yeah, so that's key, man. We get this first round bye. That's going to be huge, man. That's going to be huge. Like I said, everybody hits a like, hits a subscribe button. Shout out to everybody joining this broadcast. 66 people. Shout out to Steeler Nation. Holding it down. We have the best fans in the world. We're all over the world. We're in the UK. We're on the West Coast. We're on the East Coast. We're in the North. We're in the South. We're in Canada. Shit, we're down there in Brazil, Mexico, Australia, France. I even see French people rooting on the Steelers, man. So shout out to Steelers. I didn't hear nothing about Cam Hayward, still 58. No official news, but what a lot of people were saying in the comments is they said Cam Hayward's good. Yeah, if healthy, that's the key, man. We got to stay healthy. Ben was getting his elbow massaged, so pray to the Lord Ben doesn't go down. Because Mason, we all seen what's Mason. I don't think this is Big Ben's last year. He has one more year left on his contract. So, no, I don't think it's Ben's last year. And I think we can probably will extend Big Ben, man. Steeler gang, shout out to Jeff Uvana preparing his Oscar speech. Let's hear your thoughts on who will leave after this year. I think Bud Dupree will probably leave after this year. I think maybe we can hit Juju with the franchise tag. He honestly might leave after this year. And James Conner might leave after this year. And Big Al Villanueva. I think those are all the guys we could possibly lose next year, honestly, because we're in a bad salary cap situation. We can honestly lose all those guys. I would love to see Bud Dupree get re-signed, but he's going to want at least $15-16 million. And like I said earlier, we're like overthecap.com says we're in the red when it comes to salary cap next year. So it's going to be hard to re-sign all these guys. At the end of the day, the NFL is a business, and Bud Dupree wants his money. He filed a grievance in the offseason because he wanted money like a defensive end or whatever on the franchise tag. He wanted an extra like $1.5 million or whatever it was. So Bud Dupree's looking to get a contract. Juju, believe me, as much as a team player he is, he wants to get paid, dude. He's going to get probably at least $10, $11, $12 million. Bud Dupree's probably going to get like 10, 8, 15, 16, 17 million dollars. James Conner is going to get like 5, 6, 7, $8 million, especially if he's on pace to run for 1,000 yards this season, man. So in Dallas, I think we can run all. Conner probably can have a huge game against Dallas, honestly. Remember that time we could have drafted Lamar Jackson, but instead we drafted Terrell Edmonds. I think Lamar Jackson's bust, but Terrell Edmonds has not been playing great neither. But Lamar Jackson's a bust in my. Yeah, Highsmith, we got the replacement in place, Highsmith. So, for cheap, you know what I mean? And we still got TJ. We still got Devin Bush. We got Cam Hayward locked up. We extended him in the offseason. We still got to it. I think we got Alu for another year. So that'll be huge. Juju will pay for less. I hope he plays for less. That would be great if we can extend Juju on a cheap deal, like $7-8 million. That would be great. Is this trade because of the injury of Bush? Yeah, I definitely believe the trade's because of the injury to Bush. I mean, come on, man. We need another inside linebacker. And this guy brings what kind of similar to what Devin Bush brings, the sideline to sideline speed and athleticism. I mean, Edmonds, he had a bad game today, but I think, he's been making plays. This is his third year. He's not the best in coverage, but I think he's good at tackling. He's a good, solid tackler, and he's athletic. So he's got to learn. He's got to get better in coverage, and it's still only his second year. Like Bud Dupree didn't come on until like his third or fourth year. So sometimes it takes time for players to develop it and get better. I mean, yeah, I'm impressed with Highsmith. He had an interception. I've been impressed with him all year. He's been getting some quality reps for the times he's been coming in. He had a nice interception today. Do you think – I think Claypool's a legitimate number one. I think he's the gem of the draft. I think Chase Claypool's going to be a Pro Bowl, perennial Pro Bowler. Maybe not this year, but next year he's just going to be getting more and more reps, more and more involved with the defense. He's going to get more used to the speed of the game. He's going to learn the offense better. He's going to develop chemistry with Big Ben and within the offense. He's just going to get better and better. I mean, you can't teach what Chase Claypool has. You can't teach 6'5", 6'4", 6'5", 238 with an amazing vertical leap and 4.4 speed. You can't teach that And what we do is we teach wide receivers, we develop wide receivers well. So he's just going to get better at route running, better at understanding offenses or defenses and the offense and how to attack certain coverages to where he's just going to get better and better with his athleticism. He's just going to be he's amazing. What do you think about Ant Mac? I don't know who that is. Do you like Alejandro Villanueva? I think he's a pretty good left tackle. That's another guy that can end up leaving, though, after the season. We already have high-line to sideline speed, and Ulysses Gilbert trades because Tyson Alialelu is being injured. Could be. But Gilbert's just another guy that's unproven, though, John Hawthorne. That's the thing. He is very athletic, but he's unproven. This guy's proven. And what the Steelers they're trying to compete for a Super Bowl, dude. So they're bringing in a proven guy, even if it is a rental. They're bringing in a proven, very athletic linebacker that's going to freaking, help us out. To help, even if it is a rental, and it helps us win a Super Bowl and win games and make plays, the rental is well worth it. They don't throw it into the vicinity of Mika because they know he knocks it down. Do you think we're going to have bandwagon Steelers fans since we're now undefeated? Yeah, that's definitely a possibility, dude. Why aren't they throwing to McDonald? Did he all of a sudden forget how to catch? I don't know. It's just pick your poison, dude. I mean, we just pretty much whoever's open's getting it. Ryan Moyer picks it off and takes it to Hal. Oh, Anthony McFarland. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen much. I would like to see him get a few more reps. You know what I mean? I would love to see him get more reps on this team, but, he's still a rookie, dude. Tomlin says he has that feature back mentality, so we're giving James Conner the ball. Yeah, McFarland, he's good. He's fast. It's going to hurt letting him go. He's a viable body in case another linebacker goes down. Will we make it to the Super Bowl? Yeah, man. I think, we're ranked number one in NFL power rankings. ESPN, CBS, pretty much all the major outlets have us ranked as the number one team in the NFL. So I think we have a very, very good chance at making the Super Bowl. Yeah, Ebron is the better. McDonald, I'll give McDonald this, though, dude. He's been making some nice blocks. He's been doing what he has to do. I mean, that's another guy. This whole team, it's just a team. He's like, I like blocking better. And he's made some big blocks. I think there was one block. I forget which game it was exactly. He crushed the dude that set McFarland up for a nice 25, 30-yard gash or whatever it was. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go, Steelers. Steelers Nation 412. Bowl or bust at this point, like Derek Watt. Derek Watt's been hurt. I don't know if he was in today or not. I think he might have been in today, actually. Yeah, I didn't see him in there that much, but, that's a guy, that's what I like about this Steeler offense. We can give you so many different looks on offense. We can go with 2 tight end sets, 3 wide receiver sets, 4 wide receiver sets. We can give you so many different backs. We can go in with, Benny Snell, who's the power, corner, the kind of do-it-all type of back. McFarland, a change of pace type of back. Samuels, who hasn't been playing good this year, but he's a known receiving back. So, we can give so many different looks offensively. Do you think our rush defense got exposed a bit today? Or do you think the Ravens are a special case? I think the Ravens are a special case, and we had 2 major injuries on the defensive line, Tyson Alialulu and Cam Hayward. But, I mean, the Ravens gashed us. I mean, that's what the Ravens do, though. They couldn't pass the ball worth a damn. So it is what it is. That's what the Ravens do. They run the ball. We shouldn't have gave up that many yards on the ground. And, we added this linebacker that's going to definitely help us. So even if that is the case and we did get exposed today, that's huge, man. That's just another big place, another big piece to this defense to help shut down the run. We're from the town with a great football team. We cheer the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Pittsburgh Polka. Marshall Jim Duncan with the comment. What do you think of the Colts? I think they got a good defense. I think they got some pretty good running backs, some good receivers. And I think Phillip Rivers is done. I think Phillip Rivers is washed up. They made a point to continually run it. Yeah, that's all they did was run the ball. That's all they could do was run the ball. Steelers going to lose a few of their good players. Yes, we are. It's been many years in the coming. Let's keep the Steeler machinery coming. Good running back depth because of Connor's injury history. Exactly. They could have put it together a full game. It's over for anyone they play. Yeah. Like I said, if you all 56 people in here can hit this like button and hit the subscribe button, it helps the channel go a long way. And I shout out to all of Steeler Nation in here listening to me ramble on about the Pittsburgh Steelers. We played a team coming off a bye. Don't forget that. I was impressed that they hung in long enough to get the W. I agree. I agree. So all that matters is the W. Don't matter how you get it done, we got it done. And that's all that matters. And we're the only undefeated team left in the NFL. What more can you say? What more can you say, boys and girls in Steeler Nation? Stairway to 7. Wide receiver core will be 1 Chase, 2 Johnson, 3 Washington, 4 McFarland. You're leaving out Ray McLeod. Ray McLeod, they said, was leading the league in punt return yards. And when he does have the ball in his hands, he could be elite. And we can draft a wide receiver in the later rounds too. So how long have you been a Steeler fan? I've been a Steeler fan my whole life. I grew up in Western Pennsylvania. My father worked in the steel mills. My father worked in the mines. My uncle worked in the mines. My mom's dad worked in the steel mills. My dad's dad worked in the steel mills. I mean, I come from still. It's just in my blood, dude. Still, it's just from the cradle to the grave, man. That's how long I've been a Steeler fan, from the cradle to the grave, bro. From the cradle to the grave. From the cradle to the grave. What part of PA you from? Mon Valley, dude. The Mon Valley. Helen from the Mon Valley, man. The Steel Towns. That's where I'm hailing from. Steel Nation. Steel Towns, baby. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Yes, he is. So we're great at the developing wide receivers, man. I mean, Johnson's great. Washington's good. I agree. We can't play down. Shout out. I'm from Port, homie. From the Port, homie. There you go. Let's go, Pittsburgh. Same here. From the crib to the grave. From the cradle to the grave, baby. Let's go, Steeler Nation. Holding it down. Yins Nation. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. Yo, like, you can reach me anywhere. You got any comments? I'm bringing all kinds of different polls. Doing a lot of trolling to Cleveland Browns fans on Twitter. I make a lot of troll videos on Twitter for them Cleveland Browns fans because they love to talk so much trash. How about the Cleveland Browns, man? They actually want to talk trash on the Pittsburgh Steelers. They hate Pittsburgh so much because we just own them so bad. They hate, like, it's like borderline like racism how much they hate Pittsburgh people. They hate us. They just stereotype us and hate us so much. The Cleveland fans get me so mad because they talk so much trash, man. Oh yeah, I'm going to Dallas next weekend. That should be a great game, man. It's good. I hate Dallas. These Dallas fans out here talking all this garbage too. You know, every year with Dallas, they're going to make the Super Bowl, and then all they do is pull out a long list of excuses. So there's going to be some Dallas Cowboy hate videos. You know, it's a little bit of trash talking videos coming Dallas' way this week. So if you guys want to look forward to that, I'm sure all of Steeler Nation hates the Dallas Cowboys. So there's going to be a few trash talking videos. There's this Ravens fan out here who likes to talk some trash. I think he's going to make some videos about me this week because he's all in his feelings because I called him out for saying the Ravens are going to go 15-1. Now he's all emotional. You know, he's a thin-skinned little kid, so, you know, he can't take any criticism. So he's going to make a little video, probably, you know, make up all kinds of slander on him. So I might have to roast him back, or I just might let it go. I don't know how I'm going to handle it yet because I feel he's going to make a video about me. I might just let it go and just laugh it off because I didn't really say nothing bad about the kid. I just said he's out here talking like the Ravens are going to go 15-1. Well, so much for 15-1. You got 2 losses, and I really think the Steelers can hand you another loss come Thanksgiving Day. Baltimore. There's a lot of Baltimore Ravens fans in my comments earlier this week when I was putting out my hate on Baltimore this week, talking all that trash. So, you know, I'm from Texas, but been a Steelers fan all my life. Finna be at the game, 8-0, baby. Steelers going to lose Juju and Bud. That's it, and both are replaceable players. Yeah, I think we have a great wide receiving core man in place for, you know, we'll be fine without Juju. And Highsmith is looking good. So other teams are just jealous and have envy. Just hope they don't have letdowns since every game they will be favorites. Tough. Yeah, I don't want to. That's another thing. The Ravens fans, they were in my comments during the game, acting like the game was over after the first half. A lot of them was in my comments, you know, wishing injuries on players, Big Ben especially. That Cold Raven dude was out there wishing injury on Big Ben, and he said, oh, we're going to smack his old ass and we're going to hurt him. Well, that's karma, because I don't wish injury on any player. I don't wish injury on any player, you know what I mean? And that's just karma, and karma came back on the Ravens today. Tomlin's having his best year, agree. Unlike Dak, he got his money, though. Yeah, that's going to be interesting how Dallas plays that whole out. They put him on a franchise tag, so I think Dallas or Dak won't sign unless, they give him a long-term deal. He's probably not going to sign another franchise tag. So Dallas is either going to have to pay him or there might be drama in Dallas. And, there's always drama in Dallas with Jerry. He's more about, selling stories to the media and having a media frenzy in Dallas than actually competing for a championship. Jerry's a joke. The Rooneys are legit. The Rooneys understand they're owners. They understand that they're the owners, and Kevin Colbert and Mike Tomlin are the GM, and they let them handle the business. And the Rooneys just sit back and, do what they're supposed to do. Dupree is going to be a hard guy to replace, but he's going to demand a lot of money. And I think a lot of what Dupree does is set up from Cam Hayward, because Cam Hayward is such an amazing defensive end that can fill the gaps and plug the gaps and set Dupree free at the quarterback. So are we going to suck? I don't think we suck. I don't think we'll suck, man. I mean, Juju and Dupree will be a big loss, but we'll still have Watt. We'll still have that great defensive line. We'll still have Minka. And we'll still have Claypool, who's only going to get better. We'll still have Johnson, who's only going to get better. And we still have Washington, who's only going to get better. So, I like it. Spillane has been balling out, bro. Definitely. And now we just added another great depth piece at the linebacker position. So you got to love it, man. Been going on for an hour, 40 minutes. 40 people still in the chat. Like, subscribe. Please drop your comments. Keep them coming. We'll keep it coming as long as you guys want to keep it going. You guys can keep asking your questions, and I'll keep answering your questions. Give me a second here. I'm going to take a little 5-minute breather to breathe here. Not 5 minutes, like 30 seconds. All right. Yeah, here and there. Not as much as I used to, but I like, I think, what the hell's that dude's name on DVE? He's the Steelers guy on DVE. I think he's one of the best on DVE. I can't remember his name right now. What are your top 3 best teams? I would say Steelers number 1. I'd probably put Tampa Bay at number 2, and probably the Chiefs at 3. I would say the Steelers, Tampa Bay, and the Chiefs. Maybe the Steelers, the Chiefs, then Tampa Bay. Mike Pursuto. Yeah, Mike Pursuto. Yeah, I think he's a really good Steelers analyst, man. I think he's a really good Steelers analyst. He gives the good news. He gives a straight dope. I like Bob Pompiani, too. I think Bob Pompiani's good. I love Tunch. Prayers go out to Tunch. I forget exactly what he has. I think they said ALS or something like that. I don't know exactly what that does. I'm not no doctor. I'm like 30 years old, so I don't know nothing about that. But I think it's something serious. So, thoughts and prayers go out to Tunch, because since I've been a kid, Tunch has been on the radio. I remember him, Bill Hillgrove, Myron Cope, Craig Wolfley. I mean, those are the guys. Those are the true insiders. Those are the real Steelers broadcasters, the GOATs. That's what I love about the Steelers, man. We keep everything internal, man. We're not out there selling everything to the big mainstream media. We're a small market. We're our own little culture. We're our own little community, man. It's all about football. It's all about the community, man. Pittsburgh's stronger than hate, man. And it is what it is, man. I love the city. It's been going downhill ever since the steel industries kind of got sold out there in the 80s. We're not going to get into a political rant, but, I love where I'm from. I'm proud to be a Yinzer. I'm proud to be a blue-collar Yinzer. And it is what it is. We're all about blue-collar hard work. We don't put up with none of the bullshit. If you don't want to come in there and be a team player, you can be on a bus to New York City. You can go to New York City to one of them garbage organizations, or, wherever else you want to go to. You want to put yourself above the team. That would be good. Joy and double yoy. That's fair. I mean, the Seahawks I don't think have a great defense, but the Seahawks have a great offense. So, I mean, that's fair. ALS pretty makes you read. Yeah. That is what it is then. Sorry to taunt. Yoy and double yoy. Forged in steel, baby. Hum ha, hum ha, hum ha, hum ha. Yo, shout out to Steeler Nation in the building. Shout out to Steeler Nation in the building. Yoy and a double yoy. The Cincinnati Bungles. Oh man, I love it. Yeah, Bill Hillgrove, I guess he had a DUI. He was like suspended for like 3 games for having a DUI. That old man still getting down and partying. Shout out to Bill Hillgrove. Wouldn't be a good Pittsburgh Dad episode this week. Yeah, shout out to Pittsburgh Dad. If everybody in this chat doesn't know Pittsburgh Dad, go check out Pittsburgh Dad. He's a real funny content creator here on YouTube. I'm not I'm not that good with comedy. I'm not good. I don't have great computer skills. I can't edit or nothing like that. But I know a lot about football. I watch a lot of football, a lot of college football, a lot of NFL football. I know my Steelers. I researched the cap. And, in the off season, there will be a lot of draft content coming up, possible moves that I think we can make in the draft, how, I think maybe they can handle it. I've covered that a little bit in this draft, but, I try to take it game by game and do the game coverage week by week and save that off season stuff for the off season. But the bumbling, stumbling bungles. Bumbling, stumbling bungles. Shout out to John Hawthorne. John Hawthorne was one of the originals, man, when we only had like 4 or 5 people in the broadcast. So, John Hawthorne, a big shout out to you, man. My favorite college football team. I'm a Penn State fan, but, I'll pull for Pitt in the ACC. I didn't really grow up when the Pitt and the Penn State rivalry was the way it was. So, I mean, they're in different conferences right now. So, I mean, I'll pull for both teams in the conference. And obviously, I think I'm going to be bringing some definitely, especially when the football season's over. We'll definitely, this is mainly Steelers, but I want to bring more Pittsburgh Penguins content to this channel. So especially for people that, are from Pittsburgh that aren't living outside of the Pittsburgh, I'll probably, every once in a while, I'll do a few, hockey play-by-plays, a little bit of hockey. I played hockey for 15 years. I'm not the biggest fan of hockey, but I'm going to start getting back into it for the channel. And, I'll start breaking, talking about the hockeys and, Mike Lang smiling like a butcher's dog. So, I'm going to definitely bring that because the Pittsburgh Penguins is another great organization. And even though the Pirates are trash, we'll be talking about the Pirates. They were, if anybody, I don't know, most of these people might be Pirates fans in here, maybe not. But we didn't pick up Chris Archer's deal. It was an $11 million deal. We declined the option. So Archer's gone. Hopefully Bob Nutting will go out there and sign some quality arms to the rotation because the Pittsburgh Pirates pitching's terrible. I mean, the Pirates might not be good for another 5 to 10 years the way this team's looking like, as much as I hate to say it, unless Bob Nutting goes out there and spends some money. Bob Nutting drives me crazy, man, with his bullshit. It's every year Bob Nutting goes out there and says, we're trying to compete for championships. We're trying to compete for championships, but they do absolutely nothing. Actions speak louder than words. Unlike the Steelers front office says, yeah, we're trying to compete for a championship. And they go out there and make a move like they just made to give us a quality depth piece at linebacker to help us actually compete for a championship. Bob Nutting just wants us to go and spend our hard-earned money for $20 hot dogs and $20 beers and sell us this shit like he's actually trying to compete for a championship, but dismantles the whole team and sells it off for peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I know a guy that poured concrete. He was from Pittsburgh and worked in Baltimore. There's a terrible towel under the Ravens' front gate, never coming out. You think the Steelers will get Juju again, Rob Gray? Raise that Jolly Roger. Bob Nutting is my old lady's boss. He owns Seven Springs. He's always doing some cheap-ass shit to us employees. Yeah. Bob Embezzlement Nutting. He takes the money from the Pirates and invests it into his resorts and everything else to make himself rich. Screw Bob Nutting. I've been going for like an hour and 23 minutes, man. I think we're probably going to start. We're gonna be ending this soon. We're going to be ending this soon. So again, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. We'll take a few more comments, a few more questions. We'll go till the hour 30 mark. If you guys have any more questions or comments, I will get to them. But I think this is a pretty good broadcast. Usually I like to go 45 minutes to an hour, post game, pre game. Thank you, man. Post game, pre game. If there's any trending news, we'll get it going. We'll take questions, and however they go, they'll go. And I appreciate everybody coming in here. Shout out to Steeler Nation, Porter or Kirkland. See, I was too young for the Levon Kirkland days. I remember him, but I was probably like 7, 8 years old. Porter was a beast, though. Means, do you read any newspapers? I used to read the Mon Valley Independent, but I don't have it. I'm not subscribed to it anymore. And I mean, if I would subscribe to a paper, it would be the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Yeah, Levon Kirkland. Do you have IG or Twitter we can follow? Yeah, Twitter, Yins Nation Sport, at Yins Nation Sport. Facebook, at Yins Nation Sport. Instagram, at Yins Nation Sport. Wherever you want to follow me. YouTube, I've been mostly putting the content on YouTube. Twitter, I do, a few videos, mostly a little bit of trash talking videos with rival fan bases. I try to get them all riled up here and there. Instagram, I'll pretty much just post news updates on Instagram, pictures, memes I see. Nothing really special on Instagram. Facebook, I basically just post the links to the YouTube. So the YouTube is really what I'm focused on, because I can do the live streams. I can take your guys' comments. I can, do a lot of different things on YouTube. Yeah, the Valley Independent. I worked there in the late 90s. Cool. Yeah, it's based in Monessen. I'll probably be on Mosh's stream tonight if he has one, Marshall Jim Duncan, for a little bit, maybe 30, 40 minutes. But, man, you guys are great. You guys made this stream great. You guys really helped the stream go along. It's a lot easier when people, it gives me energy. I can feed off your questions and what you guys are bringing. So literally, it doesn't work without you guys. The stream doesn't work without you guys. You guys have been great supporters. You guys have made this such a great stream. I appreciate everybody joining in. I appreciate all you, because I'm nothing without the people who watch this channel and comment and give me the energy to help me just stay motivated to do this and just bring the best. I'm not a professional. I'm just a diehard fan that loves repping the city of Pittsburgh and just giving the best content that I can bring to the Steeler Nation and the fans out there. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that joined this tonight and hanging out with me, man. Here we go, Steelers. And we're going to end this one more time. If you can, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Stealing is Hall of Fame. That's Hall of Fame, John Hawthorne. Hall of Fame, perennial Pro Bowler. This sky's the limit with Claypool, in my opinion. Claypool's elite. That's why I think Juju's expendable, because Claypool is he's an athletic freak. He can do it all on the field. He can do it all. He's a guy that's going to demand double coverage down the field every time. That's going to open up the middle of the field for Deontay Johnson and the tight ends and the running backs out of the backfield. Sky's the limit for Claypool. Sky's the limit. So phone's on like 13%. We're going to have to let it charge. We're going to have to shut this stream down, even though it's been great. Shout out to Steeler Nation. Like, subscribe, comment. Peace.